ABMT, ABMT. ACRX. FENC. Cracks, 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 cracks. ACRX. ACRX. FENC. MTDR. MWK 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 Rand Rand MTDR Rand Rand MTDR Rand MWK Rand MWK. So go. craw, tub, craw, KLXE, tub, UAVS, cracks, NBR, MTDR,
Make a new high. My stop is too far away. SNDX, let's look at it. So SNDX, nice daily setup there. I like that. The break of 20. Yesterday's high was 20. The high back here was 20.74. So let's see how it trades at this level. The price is a little on the higher side, but that is a nice looking setup. So Josh, who's a 100K club member, is watching that one. So nice high volume break here. Lots of volume on that break through 8.2 million shares. So the low was down here at 92. So that's kind of how I'm going to base out, support possible bounce levels. The high was 28. So right now we're in range. CREX, kind of a big drop there. No news on it. I'd like to trade stocks ultimately that have news. So we're 30 minutes into the day at 10 a.m. Not bad at all. Really, really solid. Nice action on UAVS today. So you can see the high here of 15 is a little bit of a resistance spot on this. There's 15, there's 20, there's 22, 28. I'm looking for a dip, a pullback off that high, and a bounce maybe off $4. I'll put my order at 30. I mean, if it breaks through 30, I'll ride the momentum up to, 440, 450. No reason not to, but I'd like a pullback entry to manage my risk a little bit better. Watch this. So there's 30. Is it going to break through 30? Yep. There's 33. The high is now 35. Looking for a pullback entry. So that's probably at this point going to be like in the teens. It might not come all the way back down to 4. The high is in the 30s, high 30s, 38. I could put an order at 40. If I could get an entry around 18 to 22, that would be kind of nice. So let's watch down here. 28 isn't good enough. I'm not going to get in at 28. It's only 10 cents off the high. $32, $35. There's $37. $40, $44. For what it's worth, MWK is halted going down. UAVS may have sellers stacked up around the $0.50. Just watching the level 2 on it right now. So as I'm watching the level 2, I'm looking for signs of weakness. A breakthrough 40. Will it drop to 35? This is the first kind of 1 minute candle that's going red. So down 35, 20, I want to see if it's going to dip enough for me to get a pullback entry on it. $38, $39, $37. It's not selling. We're not seeing a panic. We're not seeing a big flush. It's just, a little bit of pullback here, but nothing that dramatic. So there's 47, 48. I'm just waiting for that really good kind of, panic drop, because that's going to be what gives me probably the best entry. Not that you can't trade these breakouts with smaller size. You can. It's just with 60 million shares of volume, it starts to get more likely that you'll see false breakouts. 64, 65. So now, what's the next target? We know we have a little resistance up here at 75 from the daily, from when we did our pre-market analysis. So I'm going to watch this in the 50s. I'm long right there. I just bought at 48. That was a nice little panic drop. So now I'm going to try to hold this and ride this momentum back up through the highs. Now, if I can add over the highs, that's going to be awesome. So 68, 70 is my add spot. And then the target at that point is a ride to $5. Right now, we're just still in the first pullback. We finally got that nice dip. Watching the add over 70. Hands on the buy button to add. This is first 1 minute candle to make a new high over 70. So now, because I already have an entry down at 49, I feel okay adding up here for the break through the highs. Watch here, a little pullback, then back over 65, 70. 65, 66, watching for that add. Adding here. There's 75, there's 77. Got a really bad exit there. I tried to sell at 75. I got a terrible fill at 66, which is really disappointing, but whatever. New order is going to go at 80. So the high is 79. Over 79, then we're starting to look closer and closer to that $5 spot. Again, the panic kind of sell-off flushes are easier to establish lower risk on. $77, $78. There's $84, $85. New order is going to be at 91, but I'm also closely watching any panic dips, which at this point probably be down in the 60s. Watch for a possible break through 5. Seeing a little bit of a pullback here. Watch this pullback for possible entry. Orders at $5. Watching here through 5 to add. I've got my order right at 5. And then the target's 510, 525. This one's so much like CAPR yesterday. High volume and just ripping. Watch. I just added there at 5. Needs to break through 5. If it flushes, then I can do a dip entry. Sold at 96. New order is at 501, but also watching for dip entries down in the 70s or 80s. We'll see how much it pulls back. It's a pretty nice dip there. Kind of like to see 75. Watch here. There you go. The high is 515. Very nice. 117% gain on 71 million shares of volume. Watching for pullback entries. Again, now we're back to straddling a half dollar, whole dollar. Very extended on the 1 minute chart, on the 5, well, really on the 5 minutes is what I meant. From 393 up to 5. So watching down here for a real flush on a rejection. I'm long. I just bought there at 65. I'm watching here. Added at 40. Looking for this to pop back up to the 60s. That's a big panic sell-off. That's exactly what I was looking for. This is an opportunity for a nice dip entry and a pop back up through the highs. So watch this here back up over 450 and then 460, 470. That irrational drop, that's what I look for to give me a nice dip entry. That was all the way down to 19. I sold at 58. Low is 19. So now I'm just going to watch it for a second. Off of 4 could be a trade. We'll see how low it goes. If it breaks through the low of this pullback, which is 19, we'll probably see another good size drop. So watch for a bounce off of 4. I'm looking for the break of 420. Watching. I'm long right there to try to catch this pop back up to 425, 430, 440. It's a nice bounce. It's a good setup. So now looking for 430, 435, 440, selling half at 437. I'm in at 420. This is the higher risk stuff right now. Still holding from 420. There's 442. Is it going to get back over 450? $444. The easy stuff was in the morning. This is where it's getting a little tricky. Selling half at 444. Sold the rest at 440. The low, 413. My best entry there was 418. So we traded the move going up. We bought the bounce on the flush coming back down, and it's now about 10:15. Let's see where I sit here. $7,978.44. I'm done for the day. No red, April. My work is done. These last couple days have been really awesome. 8,000 yesterday, 7,900 today. I didn't make quite as much today, but I'm happy with what I did. And the problem now for me is that highest volume of the day is on highest volume in this last little stretch. It's on a red candle. So I can trade the extremes. I can trade the top. I can trade the bottom. I don't really want to trade in the middle unless it's doing a really clean ABCD pattern like what we had here. This, I'm happy to trade. I'm happy to trade that type of action. But it's going to take a while for it to do that. And this is a really pretty close to a bearish engulfing candle. It's a big red candle. It's not. It's really not that strong. It's showing a bit of weakness, and this made a huge move. So I would say, again, one of the hardest things with trading is when do you throw in the towel? When do you call it a day? And I think that this is as good a time as any, to throw in the towel. So, $8,000 in one day. So I'm going to import my trades here into my trader view. And then we're going to take a quick look at the metrics for the month of April. So we're going to transition here pretty much right into a midday market recap. I inadvertently left my YouTube stream running because we were going UAVS right into the open. I think it's the first time I've done that in a long time, but it's fine. It's a nice, bonus for you guys. It's the last day of the month here, and this is kind of a nice little celebration for me, as it turns out, to be locking up a no red April. I literally had a nightmare last night that I was up $558 and then took a trade and was down $330, and then so I was like, all right, I've got to make back $300. I got to get myself green. There's no way I'm not going to walk away green today. And then my computer did an update and it crashed, and I was like, what is happening? And I had to go. I was like trying to find a different computer that I could use.